Hello, everybody. Good day. My name is Stacey Renee. I'm a mindset coach, transformational mindset coach. I like to say that I'm a self-realization coach and help us deal with our humanness, with our spirit. So tomorrow morning, we're going to be talking about, that you belong. Stop arguing with yourself because we look for evidence or we look for things outside of ourselves to remind us that we don't belong. And when we look within, we're going to find it. But that's the thing, is we're going to look for what we find. So I hope you'll be with me tomorrow morning as we go live with that. Also, I want to thank those who have subscribed to my channel, whether it was 5 years ago, whether it was 5 days ago, whether it's 5 days from now. I want to thank you so much for subscribing to this channel and helping to build an algorithm that helps us to heal from all these things, from our perceptions, from what we see, hear, touch, taste, and smell, and for some of these things that come flying at us every day. So when we're looking at love, we talked about that last night. And, our outside reflections of love are from our inside perceptions. Do we want to have a projection of our fears from our love, or do we want to have a reflection of the love that we already have within ourselves? No one can give you the love you want for yourself. So I'm just going to give you the summary of last night. And again, this is a live, so I'm being mindful of your time and going to read some of it, look at my notes so that I stay within my minutes. So what we reflected and explored last night was that love never dies. It only changes form. So as our consciousness evolves. So we're all growing with wisdom, we hope, but sometimes that fear causes us to constrict rather than to grow. So through grief, memory, and spiritual insight, it weaves together personal loss, self-love, and our connection to God or the quantum field as an ever-present unconditional source of love, much like the sun that shines for everyone without judgment. The sun doesn't say, oh, you messed up on your diet yesterday, I'm not going to shine on you. This can be your source, your vital life force, because the sun always rises and you're still alive. You have a purpose. So we examined, though, last night how sometimes we lose ourselves in relationships by performing for approval. We meet with people, that first 3 months is great, and we're reflecting all the goodness that we both have within each other. But we both, in this electromagnetic field, quantum field, is that we both, there's both. We live an unlimited life and we are multifaceted. So over time, we get a resentment from somebody not living up to that first 3 months because we're human. And so this is where the growth starts, So we confuse love with sacrifice or make others our identity when we're just seeking somebody else for our love, basically, and not remembering you have the love. So over time, this creates resentment and a veil that clouds our perception, especially when grief, fear, or unworthiness go unexamined. So looking back on the past relationship reveals that the limitation was not a lack of love for others, but a lack of love for ourselves. Sometimes our last lines are, I can't love you and love myself too, when we give too much and we're not considering ourselves. So as the relationship with Source deepens, the capacity to love expands. True love begins where self-sabotage ends and authenticity begins. So showing up without a representative, a path to, without attachment to acceptance, yet with kindness and integrity. Forgiveness becomes a path to freedom, not permission for continued harm. Okay? And love is redefined as expansive. And it's faithful, like the sun, and aligned with our inherent worth. So ultimately, we're invited to remember who we are beneath the conditioning and loss, an expression of divine love itself. Our life's journey is not to earn love, but to remove the veils that block us from experiencing it, for ourselves and for others too. So I hope that today you'll remember you are love and have a terrific Tuesday or transformational Tuesday. Okay? Or a talkative Tuesday. Anyway, thank you. Thank you so much for how you support this channel. I appreciate the subscribes, the likes, and the shares if you want to. All right, Grinch and I say bye.